Okay, so this is going to be just a quick demo on blinking and peeping. So I'm going to open up Adobe Bridge, and I'm going to go to the folder that I want to inspect last night's images. And here we can see all of my light frames or my light files. And as I scroll through here, you'll automatically see a couple that'll pop up, like these two right here look a little bit lighter than all of the other ones. So if we click on this one, we check the metadata, we see that that one is 10 seconds at 12,800 ISO. The one before that is 30 seconds at 3200. So I would let's see, let me check this one too. This one looks, yeah, 10 seconds at 12,800. So I would take out these two before I would load these into my stacking program. And so that's kind of, you know, the quick blinking process right there. But what you want to do is you want to go to your first image and resize your window to where you get a good side-by-side view. And you're just going to scroll through here and look for any changes. And this scrolling should allow you to see any changes in here. Like here's looks like a satellite. Yep, there's a satellite streak through there. So we see that one. We'll keep scrolling through, and there's another satellite there. So we'll just keep on scrolling through, and sometimes you might see a plane, or some stars might be kind of fuzzy. Maybe you accidentally bumped the tripod, or a gust of wind kind of came through, something that will blur the images. Good gracious, there's a really large satellite all the way through the image. But you'll find a couple that will have little anomalies like that, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you do need to throw out that image, but it is a possibility. There's another one. There is a possibility that the stacking program might not score it as highly as the other ones, because it does have a slight blur to it, or the stars just aren't as sharp. Something like that. Those are really the crucial ones that you want to look for. Any that are just blurred. So just keep scrolling through, and that actually looks like a meteorite. Yeah, that's a meteorite there. I can tell by how it trails off on the end. But anyway, you're going to do that all the way through your images, and that's kind of the first part of it. And what I like to do for the what's known as the peeping, or the pixel peeping part, is, say for instance, you'll open up an image in Camera Raw or whatever your editing program is, and this is where you're just going to really closely inspect for detail. Like if we zoom in on the galaxy here, we're starting to see some of the spiral arms in there. But if we keep zooming in, what you really see stand out is the background noise. And although this noise is fairly even, this is a pretty common example of what deep space noise looks like in a particular camera that has this amount of sensor read noise to it. You'll get this noise from other things too, just the limitations of the resolution of that particular camera. But you can check your stars. That star is actually a little bit egg-shaped there. You can find certain images that you might want to cull this way before you load them into your stacking program. It's just a way to kind of produce a cleaner, more sharper image in your stacking program by culling ones that would actually mess it up. Now, another thing that I do during this particular process, say for instance I found a really good image that I would kind of use it as the reference image as far as the composition, the exposure, ISO, things like that. I would open it up here in Camera Raw. I would zoom in to my main target, and I might actually go into like my noise reduction and sharpening tab here, And I usually don't fully apply sharpening at this particular stage. I think that sometimes that can even damage the final image, or at least your linear image. But what I will do is I'll max out the sharpening and max out the sharpening radius, and I'll zoom in nice and tight, and this will also show me very distinctly if there's any other anomalies that are in there. But then I'll double click on these sliders to put those back to their default values. But now that I see that, you know, there is a certain amount of noise in here, I might adjust the luminance slider and for noise reduction, and just, you know, make the background nice and smooth. And then you can adjust like the luminance detail to preserve some of the detail in the image. Say for instance this was a nebula photo, you could also adjust the color slider, and that might knock down any of the color noise that's in there, and then you could preserve some of those details with the color detail slider. This is kind of rare. Usually that's not very much of a help, but in nebula images in particular, the color slider can make a big difference. Since this is a galaxy image, it's really just going to be mainly the luminance slider and the luminance detail is going to give us the smoothest aspect here. But anyway, I'm going to cancel that out. I'm not going to, since this image is fairly clean, I'm not going to add any noise reduction to it at this particular point. Say for instance I did apply that, and I would hit done. I'm going to hit cancel here to cancel any of those. But say I've applied changes to this particular image, I could apply this to the entire batch here by right clicking, go down to develop settings, copy settings, and then go to edit, select all, and then go down to or right click on any image and then go down to develop settings and then paste settings, and it would apply that same camera raw filter to all the images here in your batch. But obviously we didn't do that. So that's pretty much it for blinking and peeping, and we will move on to the next phase.